It's Thursday, December 4th, 2008, and this past Friday, in the shopping world, is known as Black Friday. It's the day after Thanksgiving. Apparently, everyone has sales and everything. And I'm a little late in talking about this, but up here at a Walmart in Long Island, New York. In case you don't know where Long Island is, there was a Walmart employee who was literally trampled to death uh, by, like, I think it was like a crowd of 2,000 early morning shoppers at Walmart. And a friend of mine posted this story like pretty much really early on when not long. I don't know what the timetable was, but I just remember it was when I read the story posted on his Facebook site. I was just like, no, this is crazy. I laughed. I was like, this is too ridiculous to be true. And then, like, as the day went on, there were more news stories, and I was like, well, and I guess I knew all along that it actually did happen. It was just kind of weird. It's hard for me to believe that a crowd of just shoppers could literally be that excited about deals and cut prices at a Walmart, for crying out loud. They would be that excited where they actually trample an employee who's getting paid minimum wage, probably poor benefits, horrible hours, whatever, bad working conditions as it is. I mean, this is Walmart, for crying out loud. And these shoppers literally trample him to death. And yeah, and I've heard other people say, yeah, this happens every year, something like this happens, shoppers, whatever. I'm like, well, that doesn't make it any better. This should never happen. And I don't know where the police investigation is right now. I know they were apparently trying to find the specific people who trampled this guy to death. I don't know if what kind of charges will eventually be filed. I'm not sure if any charges will be filed because it's going to be really hard to determine who specifically like killed this person or which how the number of people who did. And the latest thing I've read is that the guy's family is suing Walmart for not for creating an atmosphere with their cut prices and everything of that would promote frenzy and for not providing appropriate security, which I think they've got a good point. Like you know, but at the same time, I don't really. I think Walmart is at fault to a degree. I mean, come on, they are, and they probably will end up paying a lot, and they'll more than likely settle this out of court because it's really ugly. And if they really were to fight it, it would just look really bad for them. Come on, their employee was killed, trampled to death by shoppers. But at the same time, I'm just really pissed off at people. This is just one more example of why I hate most people. This is just one more example of why people are bullshit. People are shitty, and no one cares. No one cares enough to take the time to be, to take that extra moment to be considerate of just, their neighbor or whatever. I know it sounds really cheesy, but I'm just like, me and my friend David were having a conversation recently about just walking down the street in New York and really anywhere, and how literally I'm bumped into constantly. Like, people will be walking, they don't even look, they don't care, they run right into me. And sometimes it's not just like a little pat. It's like literally I've been ran right into by people. They don't apologize, they keep going. Or you have a group of like four people, two people, three people, however many, walking on the sidewalk, and people in a large group, they're talking and they're walking, whatever, and they don't realize that, like, it's a busy sidewalk. People need to get around them. Like, people are having to run out into this busy street to get around them, and I'm just like, why aren't people more considerate? If everyone just tried a little harder to, like, put themselves in someone else's place and to be nice to the stranger on the street, then I just think the world would be a really different place. Like, how can we solve, like, wars and all these horrible things that are like poverty, everything going on in the world, when we can't be considerate of someone walking down the street? I'm like, I think everything starts with really small gestures. But I'm getting off track a little bit. As far as the Walmart thing goes, like, I don't know if it's possible or not, but I think everyone, and I don't know, it would probably be hard to gather this information because I'm sure these these shoppers probably after this happened, probably continued shopping and didn't really care that they trampled an employee to death. I think these people, everyone that was there and everyone who entered the store that morning, should be charged. I think it should be charged as like a mob. They all did this. Whether they actually stepped on someone, they were behind someone who stepped on this poor guy. They were pushing this person who stepped on the sky. They were part of it. They were part of the frenzy. I'm like, all these people should be charged. I'm like, I don't care. There's no reason this should have ever happened. You can fault Walmart all you want, but these people should have known better. There's no reason. I mean, it's disgusting, and I can't believe like they're most people like these are average everyday shoppers, and I'm like, it's just kind of it's silly. I'm like, I can't think of anything at a Walmart for crying out loud that I would get that excited about that I would trample someone to death over. I can't think of anything at all anywhere that I would be that excited about that I would literally trample someone to death. And I'm not saying I'm better than anyone else. I mean, there's probably a reason why I typically avoid like crowded situations like that. I typically avoid like Black Friday shopping. I'm not a huge fan of shopping in the first place because of crowds and how crazy people get. And I'm just like, it's just insane and it's disgusting. So if it was up to me, which of course no one cares what I think, but I just think if there's any way of gathering as many people as possible of this group of like I think it was around 2,000 early bird shoppers and just charging them all, charge them with whatever you can. Like they should all be charged with this man's death. It's ridiculous that it happened, and yeah, it's sorry that's just not. I don't want to be so negative since I've been vlogging very regularly anyway, but just this whole thing about the Walmart employee really bothers me, and it bothers me even more that stuff like this happens, every year, and it will continue to happen and probably get worse because people are bullshit. Uh, so yeah, anyone, all you two people out there listening, don't, when you're walking down the street, be polite, get out of the way, make room for people, and just on the subway, like let someone have a seat or give someone a smile. I know it sounds really stupid, but I just think if we start with small gestures, we'd be a lot better off. Yeah, that's if I ruled the world, I guess. Uh, okay, but yeah, so Ant, you haven't been vlogging, totally new topic, but I hope, I know you've been really busy with work and it gets hard, but hopefully we'll all hear from you soon, even if it's something really short, sweet, whatever. And if not, hope you're having fun down in North Carolina. And yeah, I'm gonna cut this off now because y'all are probably tired of hearing me go on and on. So, see you later.